Greetings, guzzlers! It's Monday afternoon, an odd time indeed, or perhaps not, for me to have a beer at Ben Buys Beverages. Odd or not, here we are, me, a camera, and beer. Now, the beer I have is a request. The request comes from my eldest, Owen Buys Beverages, also great fan of the channel. And he was out doing the thing that adult children do, and then he sent me a video and said, "Dad, try this. Paulaner." He wasn't sure which one he had, merely Paulaner, and there's at least a half dozen flavors. So off I went down to Cottage Hill Package Store, and I found 4 or 5 there, and I decided the one that I wanted that most closely matched the picture of the giant stein full of beer was this, the Hefe-Weizen, the Munich wheat beer. Paulaner München since 1634. This is a Bavarian beer, and I'm slowly turning it around looking for the alcohol content. The lights are poor in here. There's the warning that alcohol is bad. Alcohol content might actually be on the, nope, victory. A merely 5.5% alcohol by volume for a pint. There's other ones that are stronger or weaker, depending on what you prefer. Anyhow, this is what it looks like when you pour it. And I got to tell you, when you crack it open and pour it into the glass, and then when you smell it, I mean, the odor hits you. It smells yeasty in a good way, like bread, which is good because beer is often considered liquid bread. But it's got this deep amber, almost copper color. And the taste is sharp, almost sour, not super sour, like those nasty things that people here in the States like to brew, but almost sour. And as you drink it, you can smell, well, the wheat and the Hefe-Weizen. I don't know. I find it to be a very delicious beer. It's very refreshing, especially after doing some yard work. I came home early today after picking up the boys and did some yard work after 2 full days of rain, topping off my rain gauge. But, and the reason I'm doing a beer recommended by my eldest son Buys Beverages is because he's old enough. And that reminds me of times when I was not old enough. In fact, when I was but a wee lad, knee-high to a grasshopper. I've got 2 stories I'm going to share. One of which comes down to me from my older sister. She is 13 years older than me, so she was effectively a second mother, especially when mom was not home, which is great because that provided extra additional practice for her when she ended up the mother of 4 boys. Regardless, apparently once when I was feeling sickly and ill and under the weather, she took pity on me, and I was napping next to her in bed, and I woke up with a start, and she was like, "Oh, Ben Buys Beverages, what is wrong?" Apparently, and I told her, I need a beer. So there's that. And then the other one comes down to me from a cousin. I don't recall which one, but there was a family wedding when I was probably 4 or 5 years old, and Dad had left his beer on the table, and Mom had gone off to visit, and my mother had gotten up to go visit, as Oma Buys Beverages does, leaving me at the table with this beer and several cousins, adult responsible cousins, who responsibly giggled and made sure I didn't fall off the table when I crawled up on the table and drank all of Oma Buys Beverages beer. So there you go, 2 stories about underage drinking, which probably surprises none of you. Anyhow, on that note, I'm going to have to grade this, aren't I? I'm going to say 9 out of 10 because that hint of sour. If it didn't have that, if it was sweeter perhaps, be 10. But right now I'm going to say this is a 9 out of 10. And cheers!